Hello, Anderson family. I'm addressing you from Iraq, where I will likely be for the next 6-7 months or so, to express my condolences for the loss of your father or grandfather or husband as applied. Mr. Anderson meant a lot to me, and the time that I spent as your tenant, Mrs. Anderson, and those 6, 7, 8 years ago was a remarkably exhilarating time in my life. And being with the two of you brought Washington to life for me, made me feel a part of its history, and it gave me a sense of what I wanted to do in my future. I can't stress enough the extent to which Mr. Anderson was an inspiration for me. And I say that on behalf of my still very close friends who were always hanging out with me in the basement. I cherished those discussions and the meals that I shared with Mr. Anderson and you, Mrs. Anderson, and I can't wait to introduce to you this summer when I redeploy my girlfriend, who someday may join me as that indivisible part of a power couple, the model for which I saw in you and your husband intimately, day in and day out. I really miss Mr. Anderson, as I've missed you, Mrs. Anderson. And I just want to stress, if I haven't already enough, how thankful I am for the way in which you invited me into your home and made me feel a part of that family away from home. Those were incredibly wonderful years of my life. I think of them often, and I think of you often. And I'm sorry that Mr. Anderson is gone, but I join the chorus of people in the popular press, and I'm sure in the emails and calls that you've received, who will remind you what an incredibly fulfilling life he led, and in the way he made so many people feel that he stood for something. And now more than ever, his example is something that I want to emulate, and I appreciate him and you in providing that path, and I feel incredibly lucky that I got to spend those moments with you living that path, watching it unfold. So again, I'm really sorry for your loss, and I'm sending this just to remind you that you're in my thoughts, you're in my prayers, the entire Anderson clan, and that I really am looking forward to seeing you, Mrs. Anderson, and I hope you're well. So thank you once again. I love you both very much, and I'll see you in a few months. Bye.